Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very sad news for you. It's also very sad for me. I have to tell you, my lovely Triumph Street Triple, it's gone. It's gone. Yes, I know, you can see me riding this bike, but this is not my bike anymore. This is my last ride on this bike. I'm actually riding to drop this bike to the dealer. Yes, I sold it. I traded in. I don't know. Couple days ago, I felt that was the right decision. Now, when I'm sitting on the bike and just riding towards the dealer, I just don't feel anymore that was the right decision. Just want to keep it. Ah, so sad, so sad. What did I do? Even my son told me, "Dad, what did you do? You changed such a nice, lovely motorcycle for something like Grandpa Mobile." I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what I've done. Tell you what happened. I've been lucky that I could test loads of different motorbikes for many years, and only recently I was able to test drive one of motorbikes which was somewhere down on my bottom of the list, but impressed me so much that messed up my mind, messed up in my head, that I want to buy it. For a while I had thoughts to change the motorbike, to keep it and add another motorbike, because I was looking for bike that will suit longer trips, that will accommodate a passenger, and I have a ride with my son or my wife from time to time. But I was looking for some sport, touring, adventure style motorbike, and I couldn't decide, because I couldn't decide if I want to keep it this bike and add up another one to the fleet, or just get rid of this one and just have only one big adventure or touring bike. Finally, I made my mind that I will sell it. I will trade in this bike, because I have this bike nearly 2 years and I cover only 7,000 kilometers in 2 years time. So I said to myself, if I gonna buy another bike, that will be, this bike would barely use. I use it only for the fun ride at the weekends, maybe if I have a time during the week, if it's good weather, just quick blast around the block, 1 maximum 2 hours, and I come back. That's what I do with this bike. It's a fun, sporty ridings, thrilling ridings. It gives me so much smile on my face. But a while ago I get into the group of the riders, which most of them, I have to say, most of them, they have sport tourer bikes or adventure bikes, and a couple of times I started riding with them, along with my other friends, which they have a 2023 Triple, the new model, or a Yamaha MT-09 SPs. And I tell you, on the bendies, that was so nice, so lovely to ride with them. But soon when we get on the open stretch roads, motorways, or if we try to cover distance, it was not pleasant, I tell you. This bike lack of wind protection, quite sporty, knee position. So unfortunately I will start thinking even more often about to change this bike for something like they have. And like I said a while ago, I just came across the bike that I didn't even think, like, you know, seriously. I want to test it, but this bike impressed me so much that I start desire it. I ride also with so many different bikes which were at the top of my list and compare it to that bike, and for some reason, I don't know, I get fixation on that bike. I'm not gonna tell you now which bike I went for, but in the next video you're gonna find out what is gonna replace this bike. I tell you only this, my son said it's a grandpa mobile. This is such a nice, lovely bike, and I tell you, I was fine with that thoughts up to today, or even up to yesterday, when I start, like, you know, looking at this bike. And today when I sat on this bike, start riding, just emotion took over, and I start, like, you know, thinking, oh Jesus, is that was the right decision? If that was the right time to sell this bike, maybe I should keep it for another while. But the thing is, if I will keep even till next year, I will lose on the resale value, on the trading value, at least another 500, maybe 1,000 euros. But the feeling, I tell you, this is the best bike I ever had, if in terms of handling. 31 years riding motorcycles. I had a couple different motorbikes. I rode so many motorbikes just for fun, for testing. Even when I go on holidays, I always borrow a bike, rent a bike for a couple of days. And this is the best build and handling bike in terms, if you want to have a sport riding. The cornering with this bike is like telepathic. The two have done a great job. Like, you know, the chassis is so, like, you know, well put together. It's just like, you know, you just push the throttle, twist the handlebar, and the bike just goes. I will miss that. I will definitely miss that when I get the new bike, because the new bike is completely different style of the bike. So who knows what's gonna happen. If I really missed that kind of thrill, that sport riding, I may come back in a few years time. We'll see. Like, definitely this bike for the, like, you know, short trips, going to town, like, you know, if you have some business to do, dealing with the traffic, just have a fun. It's great. But as well, I want to change this bike as well, because I was in few situation, stupid situation, by my fault. I pushed this bike too hard, always going with the intention riding, nice, slowly going for the pleasure riding, and I end up speeding, end up overtaking cars in kind of illegal way. So in some way I'm just actually glad that I will get some more sensible bike. The new bike definitely will have more comfortable position. Finally I can take my son or wife for the Sunday ride. I have next year plans go for touring all around Ireland. Have a plan go to the Man of Ireland, UK, So I have a few trips, upcoming trips to cover. So I could do this with this bike, but like I've said, a few times try to cover 200 kilometers plus, and I've done it, but that wasn't pleasure. My legs was tired after that. This is I'm 181 centimeters, and even if you look at some pictures on this bike, the bike looks very small, but this is the way how this bike was designed, to be compact, to be small, to be nimble, to be deliver power, to go quickly around the corners. So for someone of you who want to have this bike as a fun bike from time to time, take this bike to the track, have a fun on track, or even improve your skills on the track, because that's safe environment when you can push the bike, because there won't be any cars. So definitely you won't regret it. I tell you, I can really from the bottom of my heart recommend this bike. I know that I also recommend Yamaha MT-09 SP. They're both great bikes, but at the same time a bit different. But this one doesn't lack anything, new 2024 Street Triple RS. It's a great bike. The only downside is the old style dash. I talked to the dealer. They told me because this bike was released slightly after the COVID, where the Triumph has problem with the electronic components, that's why they couldn't fit into the new Street Triple, the new dash. But definitely that will be fixed in the new upcoming model or the facelifting model. So that's only one complaint about the new Street Triple versus MT-09. The build quality is definitely much nicer with the Street Triple than with Yamaha. The details, paid the attention to the old details. The Street Triple looks like a sculpture. Everything machined, cut off aluminium. There's no place for something cheap, unfinished look, where Yamaha in some places looks a bit plastic, looks a bit one level below the Street Triple. And also, like I said, the handling. This is pure sport bike designed from the ground to deliver the performance, to deliver the power. Yamaha only recently in 2024 model adds up the Brembo brakes, Brembo master cylinder. Have to say the MT-09 has better oilings, different oilings rear shock with a better, quicker adjustment for the preload. Street Triple unfortunately still has that old type, the oilings which required C-spanner to adjust the preload. Other than that, like I said, there's no complaints. It's a pure power thrilling machine, and doesn't matter what will be your decision, MT-09 or Street Triple, you won't be disappointed. I know from my experience, if you get one of those two bikes, definitely you will have somewhere in the back of your head after a while why I didn't go for the other one. But I tell you, that's in one term very similar naked bikes, but in the other term quite different from each other. So yes, I don't really feel really comfortable now. Really I fight inside me. Time will tell if that was a good decision or I'll regret. Like I said, that was the only bike in that color sold in the whole island. It was a black carbon. That was the last model and the only model with the Triumph import from UK and sold over here, and after that it was replaced by the 23 Street Triple models, yellow and red, Carnival red. So I was lucky, got this one. And also Triumph offered those the carbon black only for the last couple of months, so definitely there's not many of them worldwide speaking. So someone who will get this bike after me, I'm nearly sure this bike will be sold very, very quickly. I could try sell it in private, but actually the dealer who sold me the new bike offered me the best trading value. I will tell you more details in the new video when I really reveal my new bike. But this bike is spotless, look after properly. This bike never seen wet road, kept in garage over the winter. 7,000 in 2 years time, that's nothing for this bike. So many happy miles will have the new owner. And this bike definitely will stay deep in my memory. Like, I have a few bikes that deeply stay in my memory. Like, you know, I really enjoyed the old Hondas, for example VFR 750, 800. That was great bikes. I really nice remind the CBR 600. I had very nice GSX R 750 and 600. That was great bikes. I had good few bikes, but when you were younger, you just, like, you know, trade up or sell the bikes and get the new one again. Never thinking much deeply, but now from the time perspective, I really remind those bikes and really, like, you know, want to have all of them in my garage. Like, you know, first thing, I don't have much space to be able to keep that bikes, all those bikes in my garage. I didn't have much money back then, so I had to just sell one bike to have another one. It's called life, people. It's called life. We have to choose to have something, and we have to lose something. Like I said, if I really need it, really, like, you know, miss this bike, I may come back again in year, 2 years time, and maybe I will get the new model, or maybe I'll be happy with the bike which I got. We'll see. Time tells. But at the moment, oh, I want to cry. My heart is ripped in parts. Even now, when I just try to, like, last time enjoy this bike, it's just so nice. People just don't think, just don't overthink. If you're on the market for the naked machine, let's go and buy a second hand bike if you can afford new one, and if you want the new one. Get the new one, and you're gonna be happy as Larry. At least you will have a happy memory. This bike will deliver this bike would deliver you loads of good memories, loads of happiness. I can tell you that, I can guarantee you that. Yeah. And for some reason, even my wife told me that she found, and my son found, a pattern with my motorbikes. Soon when I finish upgrade that bikes with the accessories, with the modification, just literally when I finish with them, in something clicks in my mind, something happens, and I want to change for something new. It's stupid. It should be opposite. Soon when I finish with the modification and upgrades accessories, I should keep it. But for some reason, it's been for a while like that. Soon when I finish with the upgrade accessories, I always sell or trade the bike. Stupid. So my wife and my son wish me to keep the new bike for a little bit longer. So next video you will see what I've got. I know loads of you will tell me, you're stupid, what have you done? Maybe you're right, maybe you're not. That was my decision, and in next video I will explain you why I made that decision and why I choose this bike over the other one. Okay? Oh Jesus, lads, I'm gonna miss that. That's for sure. Not many middle-sized bikes are gonna offer you that kind of fun, that kind of thrill. This is only 189 kilos wet with that brilliant chassis. The only complaints, another complaint about this bike should have a little bit more mid-size torque or lower torque, because top end torque is fine, top end torque, top end power, it's there. That's where the power sits on the high kind of scale of revs. When a Yamaha, for example, it's the torque is from the bottom. It's so torquey. You open the throttle and the front wheel every single time it leaves. This bike, no problem, does the power wheelie, but I wish could have a little bit more lower torque. Okay. Thank you. I just want to say thanks everyone who stayed with me from the beginning, because from this bike basically I started my YouTube channel. I would just want to say thank you to the 4 subscribers, and actually to the all subscribers. Hopefully you will stay with me, see my next journey. Oh, it's so nice, it's so gorgeous looking bike. It just I'm gonna miss you, baby. I'm gonna miss you deeply, that's for sure. Like I said in my other video, I desire the bike, I desire the street triple from early 2000, I think so, 12 or 13, when the 4th gen came out. Oh, I just wanted that bike so badly. I can't remember exactly what happened then, but I couldn't afford it. I don't know why I couldn't buy this bike brand new. I remember I had few attempts in my life, tried to buy the second hand. That was to 14, to 15, to 16, even to 17. And for some reason, I never had the chance to buy. Anytime I went to buy the second hand street triple, the bike was already sold. Somebody before me just put the deposit down. Like the dealers or private people just couldn't wait. The fourth person showed with the money, they took it. They even they took the booking over the phone. They just prefer the person who first show with the money, pay the money, and that's it. So I missed few times the deal. And finally I just made my dream come true. And 2023, when I bought brand new motorbike, brand new street triple. Before that I had to just buy different, like, you know, basically I want to buy, I knew, like, you know, I bought this bike a bit late in my lifetime, because let we be honest, it's a sport bike. People over 50 plus may have find this bike a bit too sporty. Usually with your age, with your riding experience, you start looking for something more comfortable, more straight up riding position. But for sure this bike is eye-catching machine. Anytime riding this bike, the heads turn towards me, the people just look at you, look at the bike. Many times when I go up to the mountains, or just, like, you know, the kind of motorcycle touring destination, motorbiker spots, other motorbikers always come to me, admire and talk about the bike. But also many of those bikers, they said yes, they know there's a great bike, but they want to have this bike for a little while just to enjoy a few rides, but for daily bike they want to have something different. So that's what exactly happened to me. I wanted something different, which will be more versatile. I love it, still love it. Hopefully the new bike will just let me enjoy it as well, and let me slowly and gently forget, fill up that gap in my heart after this one. But I wish the next owner who's gonna buy this bike many happy miles, and please look after this bike, look to same as I was looking after this bike. That I love it, I admire this bike. It's just amazing piece of kit. But you can tell, you contradict yourself, if it's so great, so good, why did you sell it, why did you trade it? I don't know, I don't really know. Sometimes it's when you have that idea and start growing in your head, you just can't stop, it just can't help yourself. But don't worry, hopefully the new bike will meet my criteria and will bring me a lot of happiness as well. Different, but hopefully happiness. For those young viewers, I want to tell you, when you get older, you will understand a little bit more my decision. I had my time, I had great memory with this bike. I wouldn't say a bad word about this bike, and I really can only recommend this bike. If only fits your riding criteria, don't even think twice, save up and buy. So see, riding in the city is just wow, so nice, so nimble. You just open the throttle and boom. And I always since I got this bike, only rode this bike in the sport mode. Didn't bother put to road or just rain. The sport mode is the thrill mode, and it's not really kind of scary. Doesn't rip your arms. It just it's nice. Don't know how to describe it. It's not maybe as that linear, the power delivery, but it's definitely not scary. But it's thrilling. It's nice. Oh yes, babe. You serve me well. You serve me really well. That's why I can't complain about you. I can only complain about me and my most stupid ideas. So always we just men so stupid. We have a one great thing and we desire something different, like similar with the women. Actually, my wife was laughing. I'm happy that you changed the bikes, not the women. That's my probably mid-age crisis. And I also want to thank you, my wife, that she understands my hobby, understands my needs, and she supports me. Really thank you. Baby, you served me well. Thanks very much that you didn't kill me. You didn't give me any troubles. All right. That's it. It's time to say goodbye.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my ass.